upset the favourites, scoring a last stride win in today's Newmarket handicap at Flemington. Hilda Chief, the favourite, was second, and Campaign King finished well back after causing an early surprise by being the leader. Punters fared badly, only one favourite winning all day. The first, the hurdle, and Rapalco was sent out 5-2.
Colonial King only has to jump it. Oh, he's walked over it. Samides didn't handle it well in second placing, then Lieutenant Flynn. But Colonial King races down to the 100-metre mark. He's walking. He's 6 lengths in front of Samides, who can't go any faster, and then Lieutenant Flynn. But Colonial King's gone on to win by 6 lengths eased up to Samides. Third placing to Lieutenant Flynn, and then came with a...
First start over the hurdles for Colonial King, and he led all the way to score well. In the next, Opine Trust was 13-4.
Romantic Game ran sideways at the start, and Dead of Night was checked. Opine Trust away fairly well. Heroes Honour's going very quickly, and Princess Adran's coming across the field very quickly and looks like leading on settling from Golden Lantern, Heroes Honour. Now this is interesting. She Flies is coming to the outside, so we're going to have a most interesting race here. She's coming out on her own. Princess Adran leads Golden Lantern, Heroes Honour, Sheer Star, Opine Trust, Romantic Game. Indeed I Do, Shackle, Lady Take Care, Dead of Night, Diamonds Rust tailing out, and She Flies smack up against the outside. You can see her on her own being hard ridden, looks to be up with them. They've got 300 to go on the inside. Princess Adran being tackled by Heroes Honour, Opine Trust, Romantic Game, Shackle, Indeed I Do, and still She Flies out wide, not too far behind them. Heroes Honour just in front of Romantic Game. Shackle's coming at them quickly though. First start today, and she's a good filly. She's taken the lead from Romantic Game and Opine Trust, and Shackle's going to bring off a big plunge and win. It's a bob of the head second, Opine Trust, Romantic Game, then Indeed I Do, Richport, Heroes Honour. A horse called Diamonds for Us ran home very strongly to beat about 6 home. Dead of Night, Golden Lantern, Lady Take Care, Sheer Star, Princess Adran, and She Flies got very tired in the last 200 metres and has finished with the tail enders down the outside. Well, there was good money for that filly. 60.3 that we paid, 380 and 110. Romantic Game 215, Opine Trust 85, Quinella $50 even, and the trifecta 459.40. Now the Bloodhorse runner Pretty Plume set for the Bloodhorse breeders. Away they go, and Privy missed it about 3 lengths, I suppose, in the Murphy colour. Serene slow. Pretty Plume leads from Studded with Stars. Wolverton Lady moving up third. Wide Julie's fifth the outside from Forest Image. Wolvet, the favourites, back second last. Fondino in front of it with Serene and Privy Miss. Pace steady, about 10 lengths first to last. Pretty Plume a length and a half in front. Pulling Studded with Stars. Wolverton Lady the outside at the 1,000. A length wide Julie with a yellow cap covering some ground. Then Forest Image, a length Fondino, a half Serene. Gauchi giving Wolvet plenty of time. He's about to take off 3 wide, and Privy Miss. 8 lengths cover them at the 700. Pretty Plume 3/4. Wolverton Lady travelling well. Wide Julie 3 deep. Wolvet's moving up. Studded with Stars in front of her from Forest Image. A length Serene, Fondino and Privy Miss. On the bend, 500 out, and Pretty Plume about a length. Wolverton Lady's travelled well. Wide Julie 3 wide. Studded with Stars. Wolvet being wound up from Forest Image, and then Privy Miss. 400 out, Wolverton Lady about to get level with Pretty Plume. A half length wide, Julie. Wolvet starting to wind up, giving them a start, and then Studded with Stars. Pretty Plume at the distance in front, but here's Wolvet with a big run. Wide Julie going with a Pretty Plume in front. The favourites about to go past her though, Wolvet. Then Wide Julie and Wolverton Lady, and Wolvet's going to come right away now to win the Bloodhorse Beaters by 2.5. Pretty Plume second, a half length away, Wide Julie. 3 lengths away, Wolverton Lady. Next home, Forest Image, Privy Miss. 4 lengths Studded with Stars, Serene, and last of all, Fondino. Comfortable win to Wolvet. Took a while, Graham, to really wind up, but she's strong and did put a space in them in the last 50 metres.
Yes, I'm not quite sure. Perhaps the slow pace, 2.2 outside the record, was the reason for Darren moving on her about 700 metres from home, but
in the Bloodhorse breeders today, Wolvet 75 and 55, Pretty Plume 115, Wide Julie 80, Quinella 425, trifecta 1885. That was Flemington race 3. It's Group 2 race over 2,500, and away they go. Caught them in a fair line. Woking, in fact, was a little slow early. Mini Deece away well, with Educate showing good speed. Pavarino and Reject in that bunch early as Pavarino drops out. Burner ready up close. Geno 6 as they settle, just behind Geno Dots with Woking, Aussie Jig and Bean Jolly. Leaving the straight, 2,200 to go. Educate's going to lead by a length, and second placing Mini Dees. Next on the outside, Reject going forward. Burner Ready fourth. Pavarino the fence. A length further back, Jeno with a white cap. Then on the inside, Dots a half length away, Woking the outside, a length and a half to Bean Jolly, and one to Aussie Jig. About 15 lengths from first to last on the side of the track, about 1,800 out. And a fair clip early where Educate 2 lengths to Reject, a length and a half Mini Dees. 3/4 to Burner Ready. Pavarino fifth the inside, a length away Jeno. Dots with a red cap the fence. A half to Woking the top weight, a length to Bean Jolly and Aussie Jig. 1,600 out in the Queen Elizabeth. Educate 2 lengths Reject, 1 length away Mini Dees, 3/4 to Burner Ready. Pavarino fifth the fence, next Jeno. No moves from the back, a length further back to Dots, a half to Woking, 1 to Bean Jolly second last, and Aussie Jig last of all. They've slowed a little, 1,400 out, Educate getting it all his own way. By 2 lengths to Reject. 2 lengths away, Mini Dees has enjoyed a good run, a half to Burner Ready. Gauchi going for a treble. A length and a half, Pavarino on the outside, Jeno. Woking the outside, Dots inclined to pull as they've slowed. 2 lengths to Bean Jolly and a half to Aussie Jig. Educate led with about 900 to go, a length in front in second placing to Reject. As they go past 1,000, 2 to Mini Dees, a half to Burner Ready. 2 lengths away, Jeno, Pavarino, a length to Woking, improving. Dots the fence, Bean Jolly and Aussie Jig. Still about 12 lengths first, the last of the 800. Educate a length to Reject. He hasn't been taken on at all. 2 lengths, Burner Ready, Mini Dees, Jeno. Woking, Clark waiting for the last run on it from Aussie Jig, Pavarino, Bean Jolly and Dots dropped out last. 600 on the turn in the Queen Elizabeth. Educate a half to Reject. Burner Ready 4 wide. Mini Dees off the fence from Jeno. Woking about to wind up from Aussie Jig. Bean Jolly. Mini Dees goes to the rails at the 400. Educate led. Mini Dees getting through on the fence from Reject. Burner Ready. Jeno, Woking trying to wind up from Bean Jolly. 300 out. Mini Dees took the lead. Jeno coming at it from Educate, and then Burner Ready and Bean Jolly. Jeno getting to Mini Dees with 100 to go. Then Educate and Woking. Jeno and Mini Dees. Don't tell me today's the day for Jeno. It drew level with Mini Dees. It's a bob of the head, and Jeno's got it at last, I reckon. A half head to Mini Dees. 2 lengths Educate, and a head away Bean Jolly. Woking, Burner Ready, then Reject, Pavarino, Aussie Jig. And it looks as if Dots has broken down and thrown the rider at about the 150, 200 metre mark. Jeno and the Queen Elizabeth 185 and 75. Mini Dees 110, Educate 150, Quinella 960, Trifecta 124.55, Extra Double 33.05. Update on the Sterling Newmarket. 220 Campaign King, so he's got out. 8.55 Mr. Illusion, 6.30 Coal Pack, $5 even for Lord Galaxy. And Jehula Chief's right in now to $1.15. So he's and some money Taj Quillo, 7.30 for number 14. In Sydney, the Rawson Stakes, you'll see that live on 10, 6.40 Late Show, 12.60 Iliad, Silver Award 11.45, $7 Ken's Fortune, Tristark 5 to 4 on, she's 90 cents, 11.10 Tristram Rose, Drawn 185 and Shinakima $5. The Rawson. That's time to start in 25 minutes, but time to start very early. Newmarket. What a sight it is. Racing. And they jumped as one. A beautiful start in the Newmarket. Hewler Chief was away well. Mr. Illusion and Rocky Mac showing speed, with Taj Quillo going quickly and Rory's Jester. Touch of Genius is showing speed, but he's trying to restrain it. Campaign King's up handy. Coal Pack, Beach Gown, Lockley's Tradition, the widest horse showing speed. Virano well back with Canny Lass, Mr. Illusion. Campaign King led at the 800. There's a shock, 2 lengths to Coal Pack. A length away, Taj Quillo, Lord Galaxy, Beach Gown. Behind those horses is Hewler Chief. Rory's Jester to the inside. He got caught on the fence on Hewler Chief for a moment. A length further back, Richfield's Lad, Lockley's Tradition in front of it from Touch of Genius, Mr. Illusion. Then Canny Lass, Rocky Mac and Burano. Campaign King on the fence, led at the 400. Coal Pack, Hewler Chief coming at them. Then Taj Quillo, Lockley's Tradition winding up from Lord Galaxy and Richfield's Lad. Coal Pack's taken the lead from Campaign King. Hewler Chief running on Lockley's Tradition. Then Richfield's Lad, it's Coal Pack in front. Hewler Chief and Lockley's Tradition come at him. Coal Pack a half in front. Hewler Chief drawing level. Lockley's Tradition's coming home too well. The South Aussie's got up. Wins at a half head, Hewler Chief, and a nose away third, then Coal Pack, and fourth, Canny Lass. Behind those horses, Rocky Mac, then Richfield's Lad, Taj Quillo, Mr. Illusion, Burano. Campaign King knocked up from Rory's Jester, Taj Quillo, Beach Gown and Touch of Genius. Oh, it was a thriller. A fabulous finish. They hit it together. 1:10.6. It's a three-way go. But Lockley's Traditions won at a nose Hewler Chief and a nose Coalpack and a nose to Canny Lass, and Richfield's Lad a half length away fifth.
This is Tristram Rose, a length the drawn, just a little deep from Tristark, and last of all is Uliad, racing to the first corner inside the 1,600 metres. No pace on, and the leader is Shinakima, 3/4 of a length on Silver Award. Third is Late Show on the inside, 3 wide Ken's Fortune as they dawdle into the back. Then Tristram Rose, drawn, is out very wide. Uliad the rail, and Tristark settled well back at the tail, and only a half dozen from Shinakima. Down the back of the course they race towards the 1,200. Shinakima allowed just a little more rain. A length and a quarter on the grey Silver Award. Third at the second horse's quarters near the fences Late Show, and length then to Ken's Fortune. Tristram Rose Uliad, drawn, forced to cover a lot of additional ground, and Trelaw just poking up on Tristark to make a bird of the fact that drawn is out 3 deep as they race onto the far corner. At the 900 metres, little or no change in the pattern here. Shinakima, 3/4 Silver Award, a similar distance. Third Late Show, then Ken's Fortune. After one, Tristram Rose, drawn, followed by Uliad and Tristark and Trelaw, waiting for the last shot. Down the side, it's developing into a sprint home. Shinakima might be hard to catch, leads 2 lengths on Silver Award, and then comes Late Show. Ken's Fortune ridden for dear life, followed by drawn. Tristark to the outside. Second last, Tristram Rose and Uliad last of all as they turn. 400 to go, and Shinakima in full flight, nearly 3 lengths. Second Late Show, followed by drawn and Tristark on the outside. Late Show going it after Shinakima at the 200 metres. The rider pulls the whip on Shinakima. Late Show, and here's drawn on the outside, battling on after a wide run. Tristark is next, drawn after Late Show. They've got the better of Shinakima. Late Show just in front. Little Drawn's not going to pick up Late Show, and it's going to be Late Show winning it. Late Show's beaten drawn, Shinakima, and then Tristark, followed by Tristram Rose, Silver Award, Uliad, and Ken's Fortune was last.
And so the Sydney Cup winner, Late Show, who was a bit disappointing in Melbourne in the spring when he ran in the Foster's Melbourne Cup, has bounced back with another Group 1 win in the Rawson Stakes. You can see him about to tackle Shinakima as they get inside the 200. Drawn, who'd covered a lot of ground in the run, was 3 wide, and Tristark, who Trelaw took off at about the 600 and had to cover a lot of ground around the home turn, just dying on her run. And Late Show holding the 3-year-old Drawn, who won the Caulfield Guineas here in the spring, and hits the line to win, and he'll be hard to beat, of course, now in the Sydney Cup. Tristark, not a bad effort, but beaten about 2 lengths by Late Show on the line. 05 and 135, Drawn 55, and Shinakima 80 cents on the Rawson Stakes. In the Francis Tressady, and on the Sterling Newmarket Lockley's Tradition, 965 and 245, Hewler Chief 65, Coalpack 155, Quinella 13.10 in the trifecta, $281.15. Cassidy, light on, away, and it caught them in a good line. Be Quick's going to drop out after the start. Kaya Miss End, Phoenix Rising both away well with Be Quick, Karabahar. Mokapan just in behind them early with quite showing speed. Frosty Locks, Deedle. Then Plush Princess, about a length Lady Mary. Oh, gee, Be Quick got checked. The Christmas hamper rather got badly checked there. Back to second last. Back with it is Butternut and also Goblet. So about 15 or 20 lengths covers the field as they go up past 1,000. And showing the way, Kaya Miss, a length and a half to Phoenix Rising. Be Quick third, Frosty Locks then Quite. Deedle's out wide on the track, 3 wide. In between horses next then is Karabahar, and on the fence, just shading Karabahar, Plush Princess. Further back on the field, Lady Marielle. Mokapan, Christmas Hamper, Goblet and Butternut last of all. 600 from home, and Kaya Miss 4 lengths in front of Phoenix Rising. Be Quick next from quite behind them with Karabahar and Frosty Locks, and further back Plush Princess. Then Deedle making a run. Lady Marielle still well back, but starting to wind up from Goblet. 300 out, Kaya Miss about 2 to Phoenix Rising. Then Be Quick. Here's Deedle coming with a good run from quite. Lady Marielle winding up but giving them a good break. Kaya Miss in front at the distance. 2 lengths Phoenix Rising and Deedle. Lady Marielle starting to fly, but Deedle's the one. She goes up to Kaya Miss and Phoenix Rising. Deedle takes the lead with 50 to go, and Deedle sprints away to win from Kaya Miss. Third Phoenix Rising. Lady Marielle never really got into the race next from quite. Behind them, Playful Princess, or Plush Princess. Then Goblet, Mokapan, Karabahar, Christmas Hamper, Be Quick, Butternut and Frosty Locks. Well, a good gallop there, 123.1. That's a terrific gallop. Only 0.9 of a second outside the record held by Novelle Star. And she did that in a weight for age race when she beat River Rough in the Linlithgow. 105 for Deedle. Kaya Miss 345. Phoenix Rising $1 even, Quinella 59.30, and the trifecta was $673.50 on race 6. Now the next on the program is the Stubby Handicap. Now
400, and now it's Highland going to the lead clearly on Caledonian Boy. By a length and a quarter on Periscope. He can't quite get to the fence on the leader. Now he will. Third on the outside is Eau de Toile. A couple of lengths away next, Swift Chevelle, followed by Bill the Red, Beal Bangerer and Palatinsky on the inside. A compact field around the first corner. Caledonian Boy in front, but the rider on Swift Chevelle wasn't happy with the pace, so he goes up to put a bit of pressure on Caledonian Boy, and Eau de Toile drops in 2.5 third around Periscope. Then Bill Bangerer, second last Palatinsky, and the roughy Bill the Red's dropped out of the hunt. Along past the 600 metres, Caledonian Boy kept at it by Swift Chevelle. Third is Periscope, travelling on the inside of Eau de Toile, and the next pair are Palatinsky near the rails from Bill Bangerer, and 3 further off Bill the Red, homeward bound. Swift Chevelle on the outside and Caledonian Boy going together. Caledonian Boy hanging a shade. Cassidy angling for the run through or nearer to the inside on Periscope, and here he comes at Eau de Toile down the outside. Highland shakes up Caledonian Boy. Eau de Toile and Periscope grab it quickly. Periscope on the inside. Caledonian Boy and Eau de Toile. Periscope's taken the lead, and here's another one for Cassidy and Mayfield Smith. It's Periscope. Periscope has beaten Eau de Toile. Third, Caledonian Boy. Fourth was Palatinsky, and then came Bill Bangerer, Swift Chevelle, and Bill Lorette was last.
So Caledonian Boy beaten there, trying to lead all the way, and the Sangster colours on Periscope getting through for Brian Mayfield Smith and also Jim Cassidy. They're a great combination in Sydney, just like Vic Dittman and Tommy Smith, and Periscope drove through. Caledonian Boy beaten here. He's trying to hold off Eau de Toile, but can't do that. Last start, this horse ran third in the Eskimo Prince Stakes, Periscope, so he's a good type of horse. He's only had 9 starts for 3 wins, but just on the face value there, Caledonian Boy, a shade disappointing. Sure. Been a wonderful jockey. Racing. Away they go. Rake's Pride a bit slow. Diagra Fair back second last early. Kiwi Slave third last. Calenza leads Todd Wilkes, who began well as always. Loyal and True just behind those horses. Lord of Camelot showing speed with keepers. Kiwi Slave, Sweet Reply, a length to Diagra Fair, and 2 lengths away last is Rake's Pride. Calenza in front, not a lot of speed on, about 1.5 lengths to Todd Wilkes. 1.5 away to Lord of Camelot at the 1200. Loyal and True next from keepers. A length further back, Kiwi Slave, Sweet Reply. 2 lengths to Diagra Fair and 1/2 to Rake's Pride. About 1,000 out, and Calenza a length in front of Todd Wilkes. 1 away then to Lord of Camelot. On the fence, Loyal and True. 2 lengths to keepers, 1/2 to Sweet Reply. Kiwi Slave third last, Diagra Fair second last, and Rake's Pride last of all. 800 from home. Calenza led 12 lengths first to last. Todd Wilkes second, travelling reasonably well. Loyal and True inside Lord of Camelot. Keepers has travelled well from Sweet Reply. Moving up 4 wide, Rake's Pride from Kiwi Slave, and last Diagra Fair. Up to the turn, 500 out. Calenza about 2 lengths in front of Todd Wilkes. 1.5 lengths to Lord of Camelot. Loyal and True. Keepers 3 wide. Then Sweet Reply. Kiwi Slave winds up with Rake's Pride, and Diagra Fair still last. Calenza at the 300. 1.5 lengths to Todd Wilkes. Lord of Camelot. Keepers running on pretty well with Kiwi Slave. Diagra Fair well back at the 200. Calenza about 3/4 to Todd Wilkes. Lord of Camelot. Kiwi Slave running on. Calenza 1/2 in front. Todd Wilkes is about to try and get to him. Calenza's hanging on though. In fact, he's fighting them off to win 3/4. Todd Wilkes second, third Kiwi Slave from Lord of Camelot. Keepers Loyal and True, Sweet Reply. Well, Diagra Fair never fired at all, and Rake's Pride back with it. Official placings after the Stubby Handicap, but you'll find that Calenza, Michael Clark, has led all the way. Gee, Todd Wilkes looked a good chance too of running him down. 1:36.5 the time. The record is 1:34.2. But Calenza's led all the way, and the Hay stable, who have done remarkably well as always this season. They've had a tremendous year both in Melbourne and Adelaide, but a little bit light on in the last couple of weeks. Have bounced back with Calenza winning. Second 3, Todd Wilkes. Neville Wilson got the chance right because of Mick Gorham's unfortunate accident on Tuesday, and he looked a winning chance, but just died on his run. And third, Kiwi Slave, he made up a fair bit of ground, the stablemate to Calenza. Ends of 4:35 and 1:05. Todd Wilkes 90, Kiwi Slave 90, Quinella 10:45, trifecta 101.65. The double was 118.60, and the quadrilla $2,431.80. So the quaddie $2,431.80. And they're almost set. Well, not quite the light on in Sydney, but that's the way they do it, of course. They don't put the light on like we do when all the horses are in. But this is the Orlando Classic. In fact, they were all in, and they're away.
One of the best to begin in company with Satin Sand. Plain cover trying to get over. Pushing through is Travel Light with Cena prominent. And then comes Purple Maze. Mrs. Fitzherbert makes ground, followed by Hasty Zip. And then comes Eastern Temple. A length and a quarter Tristram's Girl. And on the outside, Miss Peru, Tingo Tango wide. Then Brigantic, followed by Cologne. Dinky Flyer second last and Petrus last. Along towards the 1100. And Satin Sand shows the way a little more than a length on Mrs. Fitzherbert. Third on the outside, Plain cover. One then to Cena on the inside of Marchakita. 1.5 Travel Light around Eastern Temple. Nearly 2 to Purple Maze. Then Tristram's Girl, followed by Hasty Zip, Miss Peru, Brigantic. Tingo Tango fourth last. Then comes Dinky Flyer as they race down the side. And Petrus and Cologne the last two. Arriving at the 700 in the Orlando Classic, and Satin Sand shows out 3/4 Plain cover. Marchakita taking closer order. Mrs. Fitzherbert is pocketed. Around them Tristram's Girl, and then comes Cena, followed at the head of the others then by Eastern Temple, badly in need of a run. And Dinky Flyer and Tingo Tango are the widest gallopers as they straighten at the 350. And Satin Sand a length and a half to 2 lengths clear on Plain cover. Third on the outside is Marchakita, followed by Tristram's Girl, but Satin Sand is going great guns. J. Cassidy and Satin Sand, 2.5 Plain cover, and then Marchakita and Travel Light, but it's all Satin Sand. And Satin Sand wins brilliantly from Plain cover and Travel Light. Then Eastern Temple, Marchakita, Hasty Zip and Cena, Tingo Tango, Miss Peru, Dinky Flyer, Brigantic, and then Cologne, Tristram's Girl, Petrus, Purple Maze, and little Mrs. Fitzherbert anchored under the big weight of 57 kilos, finishing at the rear.
Well, Jim Cassidy having a great day. Mrs. Fitzherbert a bit disappointing there. She had the fence all the way and was the first horse beaten. This horse is at big odds today, Satin Sand, considering that last start she won the Liverpool City Cup defeating Foystan. And today she's led all the way to win handsomely. A big win. Second Plain cover, who's won a string of races, trained by Neville Voigt, the former top jockey who rode Hay in the Caulfield Cup, and Travel Light, who we saw here in Melbourne, one of Neville Begg's fillies, running on well for third. So after the Orlando Classic, it's 4, 9 and 8. Let's join Phil once again in the mounting yard.
Yes, I'm down.
Satin Sand 942.60, Plain cover 145, Travel Light 180, Quinella 1950, Trifecta 684.85, and the Daily Double $92 even. And Madam Slipper just holding them up here in the last, where we see Golden Trees 410, Bomber Pay 155, Water Show 205, Musical Sculptor 555, 655 for Miss Mael, number 7 Star of Casitas 730, 8 Sweet Dream Lady 545, and 10 Pugnacity at 925. Don't forget the Australian Cup. There's Madam Slipper. The Australian Cup on Monday. It's a tremendous program with the CUNY Stakes. And of course the Sire's Produce, now worth $100,000, sponsored by the TAB. Madam Slipper about to come up. Commandment's drawn the outside. Set, racing, caught them in a pretty good line. Bit of Grace began well near the inside. Pugnacity showing speed. Star of Casitas beaten for speed. Lanita going reasonably quickly. Water Show's going fast and coming across Miss Mael, Commandment, Golden Treats well back. Bomber Pay's back about third last on settling down, and back with it is Star of Casitas and Madam Slipper. They've got about 800 to go. Bit of Grace the inside. Pugnacity going in behind it. Commandment going quickly. Lanita. Behind those horses, Musical Sculptor, and further out Water Show travelling well. Golden Trees in that group of horses from Miss Makita, Miss Mael, and also Sweet Dream Lady. It's only about 4 lengths from first to last in this. Further back, Lasita behind those, or Liska Curl rather, behind those. Bomber P coming with a run in the centre with Star of Casitas. A line of them at the 400, maybe Commandment, Water Show, Sweet Dream Lady. Bomber P travelling pretty well. Star of Casitas, and down near the inside, Pugnacity getting through. He's gone for the whip on Water Show. Golden Trees is shading it from Lanita. Bomber Pay's going well out wide. Golden Trees took the lead. Bomber Pay, now he's asking the question, and the grey filly's coming home well, but Golden Trees are half to Bomber Pay, and the top weight's going to win the last. Golden Trees beat Bomber Pay. Close for third between Lanita and Sweet Dream Lady, then Star of Casitas, Water Show. Next bit of Grace further back on the field, Miss Mael from Miss Makita. Behind those horses, Pugnacity. Back with them, Commandment, Madam Slipper, Star of Casitas, Musical Sculptor, and last to finish, Liska Curl. Well, Golden Trees 111.4 has won, and won by about a half length from Bomber P. at 6 to 1, paid $4 and $1.25. Second Bomb per pay 11 to 4, equal favourite 80. Third Sweet Dream Lady at 10 to 1, paid $1.30, and the unplaced equal favourite was Water Show at 11 to 4. Had some good racing in Sydney today as well. We replayed 3 of the events. Firstly, the Rawson Stakes, where Tristark, the favourite, was beaten out of a place. Late Show 14s beat Drawn 15 to 8 and Shinakima at 9 to 2. In the Phar Lap Stakes, an upset here. Periscope successful at 9 to 1 from Oda 12, 6 to 1, and Caledonian Boy 4 to 6 and favourite. And then in the Orlando Classic, Satin Sand at the enormous odds of 14 to 1 beat Plain Cover, the 7 to 2 favourite, with Travel Light at 12 to 1. So don't forget, on Monday at 12 o'clock, the Australian Cup coverage from wonderful racing. CUNY Stakes, Sires Produce Stakes, Australian Cup, as well as a tremendous program opening up with the steeple at 12:35. Quadrilla today, a pretty healthy one. 9588, $2,431.80. The double in Melbourne, 5 and 8, Lockley's Tradition Calenza, 118.60. The extra double, 11 and 9, Shackle and Jeno, paid $33.05. Don't forget Eyewitness News coming up at 6 o'clock with all the sporting highlights. I'll join Stephen Quartermain. He'll have the story on the Davis Cup and all the cricket, and of course the weightlifting today, and we'll be replaying the major races from Flemington here on Newmarket Handicap Day. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have bringing it to you, and we'll see you from Flemington at 12 o'clock on Monday.
This program was proudly brought to you by Carlton, one of the world's great brewers.